Hello, and welcome to Life with Say. I'm your host, Saquon Jones, and this week I want to discuss something that's not only true and dear to my heart, but it will be true and dear to my daughter's heart. I'm looking at imagery of black females in media, and I'm absolutely disgusted by what I see. In order for me to make sense of this situation, I brought some great individuals. To my far left, I have educator, actress, and former WCW wrestler, Carmel Renee Macklin. To her middle, I have 21-year Army veteran and executive MBA candidate at Villanova University, Michael Woody. And to my immediate left, I have style guru and publicist, Malika Granville. Carmel, I'm going to start this segment out with you as we discuss affluent black males and females. We can distinguish the positive and negative imagery, meaning that when we see Love and Hip Hop, when we see Housewives, we know that that is buffoonery to us. But a person in Idaho, a person in Mississippi, a person in Texas who have very limited experiences or potentially limited experiences with other ethnicities, that's their imagery of black females. And I want to get an idea on how you feel about that.
I definitely think that's a problem. I mean, I watch some of the shows, but I think when the shows get too negative, that's when I kind of have to exit the show. I watch Atlanta Housewives, and the thing I appreciate about the women is when they're opening businesses, they're empowering themselves. But when they want to just fist fight and pull hair and calling each other names, I think that just goes over the top, and I don't like that. I think it goes into the area of buffoonery. And I think if that is somebody's only exposure to African Americans or Latino Americans, then that's definitely a problem. And I think that they were on the cover of Vibe magazine, and it said your new role models, and they were, the Atlanta Housewives and the basketball wives. And I said, whose role models are those? Because they're not my role models, and they're definitely not going to be my children's role models.
Yeah, I mean, and Mike, I'll send this to you real quick. And then I'm very politically active. A lot of people don't, they look at what I say on Facebook and Twitter sometimes, and they sort of misconstrue, what I'm truly about. I'm going to take this a little political. There have been there's an unwritten rule in politics that the first ladies are off limits. But that really is not the case with Michelle Obama. And I just want to get an idea on what you think about that, because usually the First Lady is our distinct imagery of what is represented in women as a whole for this country. And the fact that they're attacking Michelle Obama, the fact that everything she does is... I just feel, and I don't want to make race an issue, because I'm a true blue Democrat. I'm a true blue Democrat, but I have Republican sort of view. You work hard, you get rewarded. I don't want to make race an issue here, but I have never seen this, and I just want to get your insight on what you think of that.
No, I totally agree with you. I've never seen a first lady slam like Michelle Obama. But I think that we all on a panel know, and when you talk about black women in the media, Michelle Obama should be the classiest character of that. That's not our narrative. We are on a periphery of somebody else's narrative. So Michelle Obama does not match that. She's alien to most of the people who are writing these things about her, doing caricatures about her. So it's okay. She's fair game. So, and getting back to the other points with the other black women, that extends into the entertainment field. And we can also say that our own black men have done damage to black women.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's another Medea movie out. Brothers have been playing big fat black women, amplifying that caricature for years.
Right, but allow me to intercede. I think we are kind of talking about a few different issues as it pertains to reality TV and the way people view us there. I love those shows. I view it as entertainment. I don't think these women are at all a representation of who I am. The only thing that we might have in common is our skin color. I do find issue with a lot of the things that they do, and even though I don't have any children of my own, my role one day as a parent is to be able to have those conversations with my child and tell them that this is not who you are, and these people aren't your role models. Your role models are the people that you see on a regular basis in your churches, in your schools, your parents, your aunts, your uncles. So I do think that we have to kind of temper the conversations that we're having with our children, if we're even allowing them to watch this stuff, because in my opinion, they shouldn't be watching this stuff at all. I think on the other side, I don't feel like there's balance in the media at this point. I think we have too much of one thing, and that too much is too much tomfoolery and
Sambo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. There's not enough good TV and bad TV. So maybe if we had on, Love and Hip Hop, and then we had a Cosby Show, then we have the balance there. There is no balance. So for someone that doesn't know, how classier women carry themselves, and if that's all they're seeing, then that's the only way that they can assume that I am when they see someone like me in real life, and that's kind of unfortunate. I feel like I wish that there were more positive programming going on, so that people have something else to see aside from what they see every Monday night or what they see every Thursday night.
I mean, and I'll let one of you guys, interject after I say this, but my name is Saquon Jones. You see my name on the resume, you automatically know what my ethnicity is. So this is important to me because when you see Saquon Jones on a resume, you're associated. That's associated. So I need the fact that when they see black women on this imagery, it's almost indirectly affecting black males too. Because it's saying this is what we associate with, this is what we relate to. All these women have boyfriends, you know what I mean? All these women have husbands, and these are not individuals that I personally would ever marry or even date at the end of the day. And I agree with you, Mike. I mean, I say this all the time, even when I was running for office, is that black men are not holding up their end of the bargain. Mm-hmm. And I absolutely believe that black men are not holding up their end of the bargain. And I'll let you get ahead with that.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, because then some of these stereotypes that are being portrayed in the media then actually, cross over into the workplace. So then as a black woman, you go into the workplace, automatically they think you're going to be cussing somebody out, being the angry black woman, being argumentative all the time. And that's just not the case. And so black women then have to work to establish who they are as an individual versus them compared to, basketball wives of Miami.
And I'll let you Malika, you come from this, but I read a report that Kim Kardashian's mom actually made her go back and reshoot the sex tape with Ray J, because the first one apparently wasn't sexy enough. And also, they have housewives of Jersey who fight.
That's the only
Jersey
show. Name another show.
Jersey Shore fights.
No,
and Italian Americans were up in arms about that show getting so much.
But it still did not. Yeah, but I'm just saying that how do you feel that their imagery is not? They get additional shows though.
For some reason, things that work for other demographics don't work for us, and the quicker we start realizing that, we'll be in a better place. Kim Kardashian made a porn. She now has a multi-million-dollar industry.
Right.
We make a porn.
Brand.
You ain't ever gonna get a job in this town, be it your name Malika or your name Sarah. You ain't gonna get a job.
Lawrence Fishburne's daughter.
Right.
Who is she now? Where is she at?
The scales would never equal for us. And I think that once we come to realize that, then we'll start reevaluating how we present ourselves to other ethnicities, especially to ourselves.
Actually, and to add on to what you're saying, is that it's you can't have black women on TV in the Michelle Obama role. I mean, you won't even find that role written in fiction, even though it's happening right in front of us.
We have
reality.
Her name was Claire Huxtable.
But I hate the fact that
she's off.
I hate the fact that we're talking about that. It's like 30 years ago.
Right, but I feel like, what have we done since then? Like, we were supposed to get better with time. We haven't gotten better. We've gotten progressively worse.
Well, you have more black families that are middle class, but how we're portrayed, either you're imbecile and you're throwing your money around and you're related to, married to a basketball star, or you're broke and you're committing crime. And it's not sensational enough to be just an average black woman working hard, getting your education, taking care of your family, taking care of your man, taking care of yourself. That's not sensational. It's not sexy.
But let's go back to the economics of it, because if people weren't watching, if they weren't getting the ratings, the show would not be on the air. Mm-hmm. So it's up to African Americans to stop watching these shows and supporting these shows, for then the media companies to say, you know what, they're not making us any money, we're going to take them off the air.
We only take up 12% of the nation. I mean, even if we stop, I mean, my MBA is in finance, and I do all accounting and finance work. I mean, I don't mean to take away. You're absolutely correct.
But we spend a lot more.
We do, and I agree with you. But if we took out every last single one of our dollars from this country, it would be like 1% of what probably 20 billionaires in the United States. And I'm not saying that in a negative way, but we can't assume that if we take away our viewership, that is going to be the end all tell all.
But I think there's power in in the black dollar. And I mean, if this is coming down to a dollars and cents thing, there's definitely power there, because you can watch a show on a BET network and notice how many Dr. Miracles commercials comes on there, because they know that there's power in the black dollar and power in the black viewership. Now, I think that we need more shows like the Mary Mary Show with the two sisters. We need more shows like because that's a train wreck in and of itself. But we need more shows like Let's Stay Together, which I'm not clear as to why it comes on at 10:30 when it epitomizes, black family, upwardly mobile black people.
It's not sexy.
It's not sexy, but
time.
Somebody's not getting their weave pulled out.
Exactly. If you don't have Jackie straight laying on the floor, it's not sexy.
All right, well, we're going to wrap this week's segment of Life Would Say. We thank you so much. Now, please join me as we come right back. Hello, and welcome back to Life Would Say. I'm your host, Saquon Jones, and on this segment of A Waste of Air, where I talk about a person, place, or thing that's absolutely wasting air, I want to get a little serious. Usually when I do this segment, I actually have an issue that we all can relate to, and I add a comedic twist to it so that I can make the audience laugh. This week, I don't want to do that. This week, I want to discuss our prehistoric child support laws. Now, before I get involved in this segment and give you my idea on what should be changed, let me just disclaim that I agree with child support. As a father who grew up without a father, I understand how vital it is, how necessary it is to financially support your child. What I don't understand is how people who pay child support don't receive tax breaks. Now, we get into this instance where we're arguing about the 1% getting taxes and middle class getting taxes, but what we should be arguing is that both rich and poor people both pay child support. But the individuals who pay that child support don't receive tax breaks. Our support is used as an economic stimulus. That money is supposed to go for childcare, schooling, clothing, diapers, all the things associated with that child that we are obligated to pay. If we don't pay, we go to jail, our passport is revoked, our credit is messed up, and we may have our driver's license revoked. So, with all that understood, why aren't individuals who get paid child support getting tax breaks the same way a job would get tax breaks if they hired an employee? Are we not required to pay this money to the individuals that are supposed to get it for our children? If we don't do it, we face legal consequences, but we don't get any financial benefits of it. The person receiving the child support gets all of the financial benefit from it. They can list it as income for mortgages. They can list it as income to gain loans, open up businesses, but we can't do that in order for us to do the same thing if we pay child support. I don't want to be long-winded about this situation, but I think that we as Americans and individuals outside of this country who are outside of this country watching the show now should start to realize that we don't need to fight for tax breaks for the 1%. We don't need to fight for tax breaks for the middle class. We need to fight for tax breaks for individuals who pay child support. Not because it's the right thing to do, but it's because it could be a more socially acceptable argument. Both rich and poor pay, both male and female pay, and we can find commonalities across the board to actually gain economic stimulus through tax breaks if we're going to make someone pay and face legal obligations if they don't pay. And we want to make sure that this is an instance that will be economically savvy and acceptable for our government. Let's stop talking about tax breaks for the rich. Let's stop talking about tax breaks for the middle class. Let's start talking about the individuals who actually deserve them. And those individuals are the individuals who absolutely pay child support each year, or each day, and each month. Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you next week on Life Would Say.